what other kinds of things do you guys have on your brains to talk about?
I'll actually share a little thing. Earlier, we were talking about some OOP a little bit. I've been trying to get better at OOP. One of the things I actually started doing that I found was quite fun. It's like, they have like these code war sites and like leak codes and things like this, right? And usually the idea is like write the shortest little thing, like most efficient thing possible to get it passing. I've actually started like I kind of like blew that away completely. And now I try and write things like as object oriented as possible. Like I'll look at the like problem, like the description, right? And try and be like, okay, like, okay, I got like a bus that's picking up people right at each stop, and some get on, some get off. So there's like, what's the object here underlying, and like, how can I create this problem, like solve this problem in an object oriented way? It's just something, I don't know, like, I'm probably not the first person ever to do those things that way, but I thought it was cool to like a cool approach to solving those things.
Yeah, it's really fun, and I like those kind of challengey type things, especially when you can do it in a group environment where not necessarily competitive, but like, here's the solution I came up with. Well, here's mine. Okay, let's compare and contrast and see what good parts each one has.
Yeah, some of those things are fascinating, right? But it's like, well, that's really cool you did that in like 6 characters, but it's unreadable.
Right.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't even know what the hell's going on.
I feel
there.
called out, honestly. Honestly, feels like an attack.
Well, and in past shows, I have railed against the programmers that just get too clever for themselves and say, I can do that and I can name that tune in one line. I'm like, oh boy. Hey, Kevin,
No
welcome to the
comment.
show. As someone with a bit more experience, it's great pairing with someone more early career, but more experienced in that area of the code, gives them confidence in leading technical conversations. Absolutely. I love to let the junior developer kind of lead the show and drive. Because they end up coming up with a lot of ideas that I never would have thought of because they're looking at it with fresher eyes than I did. I'm already old and grumpy and jaded, and I'm going to look at code the way I look at code. Damn it! So it's nice to have a fresh set of eyes saying, "Hey, what about this angle?" And then I can stop being grumpy for a minute or two. Oh, so while I've got some chat here, and you guys too, and thanks for being here, chat. It's really nice to have chat going on and help drive some of this. And I'm loving that you people are here. This is really fun. And one of the reasons we started this show is so that we could have live conversations with lots of people, more than could actually be on Zoom with us. So love that. Welcome, James. So I've been thinking about, after the conversation with Brittany last week and this conversation with you guys and stuff we were talking about, I've been thinking about doing a series of shows on the different flavors of, my gosh, my brain. This is what happens when you get old. Words just go. Agile. Thank you. God, I'm glad I invited Collin to the show tonight. You just saved my butt, friend. So yeah, agile methodologies. So there's like 5 main ones, and what I was thinking was talking about those different methodologies, comparing and contrasting, and doing like a PM series. So I want to kind of gauge interest in that. Is it worth doing, or would you guys rather see more programmy databasey things?
Well, if you do it, then you will have officially taught me more than 4 years at a 4-year university. So I was taught Agile exists. I didn't know there were more than one. I think it would be really cool, especially someone who's trying to get better at project management. Who I absolutely despise project management as like as a thing, just because that's not how my brain works. I'm much more of a shoot from the hip person, and I'm trying to rewire some things, although nature doesn't really want to work with me on that. But it is definitely, it would be more interesting to see like how do people do it. Like you just like how do we even do it to begin with, right? Someone's like, I want to build a feature, and like I could break down a problem into like different things, and blah blah blah, and how much I think they'll take. But that's not like that's where I'm at. Like in even in those kind of hand wavy terms, like all right, I can break down this and blah blah blah, but like I don't have like a system or anything, and it would be really cool to learn about the systems that do exist and maybe how they can be applied.
Okay, cool. That's great
Yeah.
feedback.
I'll echo that whole thing, because I was gonna say the exact same thing. I'm not gonna say where I was, but I was somewhere one time where we tried implementing several different strategies, things, and it wasn't fun for me. I felt like I wasted a lot of time writing little cards and allotting time to things and sliding cards around different levels and tracking real time to projected or estimated time. And I probably spent 60% of the time doing that versus programming. And I didn't particularly find that fun. So I'd love to know like what the better ways are to do that, and like, how do you successfully apply these things?
Yeah,
Right.
estimation too. I mean, because I feel like that's always the hard one, right? Like, but if there's like different ways that the different agile methods like prescribe doing estimation, that would especially be interesting.
Yeah, well, hashtag no more estimates, but whatever.
Yeah, well, I don't believe in estimates.
I think you might have even told me this when we first started like hanging out a bunch. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it was you, but I just double and add like half again to like whatever my initial estimation is.
That's usually my method as well. It's like, okay, in my brain, I'm gonna do this in an hour, but that's a freaking lie. So yeah, I double it or triple it or whatever. I pick some number depending on how confident I am in my initial idea of it.
Yeah, and estimation definitely is much more of an art than a science. It can't be terribly accurate with them. But businesses have to have them to run business. There's kind of a fine line you gotta balance there. You can't not have estimates at all on a business. I mean, you have to estimate. That's how budgets work. But you also can't expect estimates to be terribly on point. You're talking about development, because there's just always this little thing I didn't expect comes up, or it was written this way in the glossy brochure, but that's not reality. That just happens.
That's like the unknown unknowns, right?
The unknown unknowns, and then there's the known unknowns.
Yeah.
Right. Brittany, I would love to see a debate between someone who does Agile versus Shape Up or Kanban. I think that's a fantastic idea. Somebody get on Twitter and challenge us to a debate, and we will have it. We will make it happen. I love it. Do it. Go to @DuckyDevShow on Twitter and throw me some tweet love. Get it happening. Because I love that.
If you like this clip and want to watch another one, you can click right here. Or if you want to watch the full video, you can click here.